last year that was the 20th anniversary, but I still feel that, you know, this album was so important and we started doing this so late that I you know, want to keep on rolling a little bit into 26 with this concept. So there may be some guests, more songs probably than what I played in Sao Paulo and Japan. But apart from that, you know, it's all about like coming out and you know, reliving these songs. You know, that's something I love about music, that just, you know, a few bars of a song can bring you back to the moment where it was made, or the moment where you heard that song the first time, whatever. I think music is a wonderful way of capturing moments. Decided even before we started working on Epica that it was going to be a two-part album. The thing is, we were looking for a concept. My wife found this really nice book of Goethe's Faust, and it had nice like drawings, and we read about it. I mean, we needed to know, we read like summaries of the story so that we could make a quick decision on whether this was something we could work with. It came out really cool because I mean, the book itself is also divided in two parts, and that's already what we had in mind. We knew that we were going to have a new record deal, so we knew that the next album we could take it up another step, you know, because that was also part of the reason why the Black Halo came out as good as it did, you know, the fact that we had a budget to do, you know, more of what we wanted to do. That first time memories linger on and on. What made me think you were hurt? Well, the first part is, like the second part is extremely complicated, and I think somebody tried to put it on stage, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to people. I think it's relevant in the sense that a person that sells his soul to the devil, fundamentally, and I think a lot of people can relate to that in some way or another, you know, at least at some point in their life. Every time you commit a sin, you may know that is wrong, but you still do it, and you do it because you want pleasure, you want money, you want power, whatever, you know. There are so many ways to quote unquote sell your soul, you know, and to different degrees, you know. So I think it's very relevant. And today I also think that, you know, today's society, I think a lot of people are with social media and data collection and all these kind of things. It's you know, it's almost like, I feel that we didn't really think about that back then, but like today, I think it's very relevant in the sense that we're sort of selling our you know, inner thoughts and our, you know, in some ways, you know, our soul to the big tech companies. It's never been a number one goal to like sell more than we did in the past. That's not really the main focus. It's always about like challenging yourself. I always felt like, you know, being on the edge of what you can actually manage to do is a good place to be. You challenge yourself, and you know, just by challenging yourself, you will develop, right? So it's like with weightlifting. Unless you like put on some more weight, you're not going to get stronger. We didn't really feel the pressure from the outside at that point. We were just super happy about the Black Halo, and very happy that we had budgets to, you know, work our art the way we wanted to do it. sure I have any good answer to that. One answer is, of course, conception, because we reunited in 2016. That's when we started, like, really looking into making new songs and getting into a new production. And after that, I've been pretty busy. We also had the pandemic, and a couple of years just disappeared. And now I've found a good group of people that I feel complement me in a good way, and I'm looking forward to do a new album. That's for sure. Definitely going to be metal, for sure. That's one of the reasons why I love this genre. Is the melancholy and the heavy guitars. It's a must-have. But I mean, I'm also walking on the brighter and lighter side of life, on some songs. But it's definitely going to be metal. But I have other song ideas and songs that don't really fit this genre that well. I could, of course, adapt them to fit an album of this kind, but no. So I also have joined forces on some songs with other people. I play the guitar and I play the piano, but it's always good to have somebody that can really play, so we can get the ideas out, and they may have some ideas. So some songs I've written with other people, which is a big part of the fun of doing this at all. The plan is to have it out either at the end of this year or early next year. Some of these ideas go way back. And they weren't used in the past, either because we had the stuff we needed, or somebody else in the team didn't like it, or didn't feel that it fit style-wise, or it's a good mix of new stuff and old stuff, and also old stuff that is modified and changed somehow. There's one guy that is a big part of it. That's Caio Kayan. He plays in the Brazilian band Firewing, not Wind, but Wing. He's been extremely helpful, and he's good with recording technology and stuff like that. So it's really cool, and he's creative and really talented guitar player. I'm looking forward also bringing him live. Not really that different. Well, I mean, Tor and I, we pretty much work the same way that me and Thomas did. We, isolate ourselves for a certain period of time to focus on writing. That's an important thing. Just get away from family and everyday stress, and be able to focus on art, making art. Music. One thing that is different with Conception compared to Kamelot is that we sort of grew up together, so that's a different thing. We've known each other since we were teenagers, and that is maybe reflected in the way we play together. It's a really tight unit, but you can also say the same thing about Kamelot. So, but it's maybe friendship-wise, we're a little bit deeper. I don't know. Yeah, that was cool. That was together with Tor only, because we were there for an acoustic session or an acoustic gig together with Kjell Magne, who's a very talented cellist. And I don't know what you call the atrium thing. It was really cool. The interior was like a little spaceship. Fantastic audience. We were a little bit nervous because it was the first time that we did. We just had a gig a warm-up gig in Oslo the 2 days before. And then we did this, and in connection with this, Gus contacted me Gus G from Firewind, and asked if we wanted to come on stage for his show at the main stage. And yeah, that was awesome. Like, you know, the Greek audience is like a lot of power and enthusiasm, yeah, and Greece is Greece, you know. Not really. I mean, I was so run down mentally, physically, and at some point you just gotta throw the towel in and say that's it. My health and my family first. Of course, it wasn't easy. There was some bitterness in having to do that, but I didn't really have a choice. So I never regretted that. It was a good decision. And of course, like with the circus horse, you know, you're longing back to that scene, that circle of everything that comes with it. Like, you know, one of the best feelings in the world is to be on a stage, you know, and be one with the band and the audience and everything. It's something I have such a great passion for, and that never goes away, right? So, but it wasn't until like tour and Arvid played a couple of songs for me that I, you know, really felt like, oh yeah. And that was like in 2015, 16. And I'd already been on a break for like, you know, 5 years. So it just felt right to you know, start looking into doing something like that again. Yeah, I mean, there's other genres. I have other songs, and like I said, you know, they don't really fit this genre and this style. And I really wouldn't mind doing that, you know, like, you know, exploring different directions, style-wise, genre-wise. But of course, that would be like a completely different thing, and I wouldn't, you know, expect the same type of support for that as I do for this, because this is what I've always done and is most known for. But yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that, like, you know, along the way, there's also like ideas for how to do things and you know, make things different that pop up. And there's always, I think that's a very important aspect of life, trying to, like, you know, reach farther with, you know, different aspects of what you're doing.
When the cold and my heart leaves, it comes to an end. Quietly.